Welcome back to Weather Center Live. Our top story tonight, the strong storms causing damage and, of course, holiday travel here in Atlanta. Things have improved immensely, but of course it is getting later into the evening. A lot of people are getting to where they need to be and where they were planning to be. But we do have those strong storms, and because of the strong storms and the holiday travel, we're going to keep going here. We're going to extend Weather Center Live. We're going to be on live for the next 3 hours. And in the course of that time, we're also going to talk about the kind of season we're seeing right now compared to last year, in particular in the Southwest. This year has not been nearly as active overall in December throughout a good portion of the country. However, it has been active in the Southwest, and that's where I was last year when there was some very heavy rain in Arizona and homes were going into the water because streams that were usually no more than a trickle turned into a huge river. Undercut homes, brought them down into the river, what became a river. And so coming up tonight around 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 Pacific, maybe even earlier because we are going to be on live until 11 o'clock Eastern. We're going to go back to the small community of Beaver Dam and see how that community is faring. But again, as we go through this evening, we continue to cover the storms that are happening right now and the holiday travel here in Atlanta. The strongest storms have moved through, but we still have some strong storms on radar, and we will continue to keep you covered here on Weather Center Live. Crystal?
All right. Thank you, Chris. We sure will. And right now it's 50 past the hour. That means it's time for your winter weather update. And in the east, we've really had to dig for some winter weather over the last couple of weeks for the most part. Everything's been happening in the west. That's where you'll find some of the coldest readings right now with all that snow on the ground in places like Denver. It's going to be tough to warm up here over the next few days. The cold air into the mountains of Utah as well. But elsewhere, it's hard to find that bitter cold. The sub-freezing temperatures just aren't here, and that's why we don't have much snow in the forecast, with the exception of New England, where some of that colder air is going to slip in over the next 24 hours here. This is where we have our winter weather advisory, the heaviest snow expected into parts of New Mexico. We also have winter weather advisories here across New England through the Berkshires into southern Vermont and parts of New York. We will see light snow. It's just going to impact travel for the most part there, especially here where we have the warning out. We expect several inches to accumulate in Albuquerque. We have about 2 inches on the ground right now. Silver City looking at 3 to 5. So getting around on Interstate 40 and Interstate 25 will be difficult here. If you're headed to your favorite ski resort, you've got Taos, New Mexico. Take it easy. Snow-packed and icy roads expected at higher elevations. So here's the continuing snowfall that will accumulate through tomorrow across the south, the southwest that is, and then across New England. Light snow on the range of 1 to 3 inches, just enough to fall and get you kind of in that mood for the Christmas holiday. Here's our current snow cover in the mountains in the west. That's where most of the snow is on the ground. Also, New Mexico, the panhandles of Texas and Oklahoma into Kansas. We have some snow up around the lakes. In the east, especially east of the Mississippi, absolutely nothing. You're going to enjoy the skiing here in the west, but even some of the ski resorts starving for even more snow. It hasn't been terribly heavy. Your Christmas Day forecast, believe it or not much snow at all across the entire country. So, Chris, looking at more bright as far as the sunshine, then white goes this time around.
And you know, Crystal, we have to keep in mind, even though we don't have the major storms, just a strong shower can cause some big problems out on the roadways, so you do need to be careful.
Absolutely. A lot of rain to track, severe weather, fog, the clouds disrupting travel at the airport. So we're continuing our coverage for you live all night here on the Weather Center show. So stay with us for your holiday travel updates. We're coming back right after this break.
On my journey across America, I've learned that when you ask someone in Texas if they want big savings on car insurance, it's a bit like asking